So you're leaving because you're moving,
Mm-hmm.
much to my chagrin.
Yeah.
So how do you feel like about the investment that you made?
Yeah, for me, this was a priority in my life. This was what I wanted to accomplish, and this was really important to me. So for me, the money wasn't so much a limiting factor because I really didn't see it as being that expensive because it was an investment in my health and my lifestyle. So if that's what it took for me to get to where I wanted to be, then for me it was worth it. And I don't think, for me, it was completely doable. It was really realistic, and I think one of the smartest investments I've made, because it's not just like $40 towards a new pair of shoes or, you know, however much. It's something that I'm going to have and I can take with me for the rest of my life when I move. I have all the things that I've learned here. So for me, it was a very logical decision to invest that money and get the results that I wanted. I had to stop looking at it. I think every other time I've tried to lose weight or I have lost weight and I've gained it back, I've looked at my whole weight loss journey and the whole process as a short-term thing. I would look at it in terms of, okay, I want to lose 15 pounds, so I'm going to exercise all the time and not eat enough calories, and that's how I'm going to, you know, lose that weight. And so I would, but then I would gain it all back because you can't maintain that.
You weren't making lifestyle choices.
I wasn't making a lifestyle choice.
Yeah.
So every choice that I've made, you know, from when I started a year and a half ago, I've made it with the intention, can I do this for the rest of my life? Mm-hmm. And so that's why I think it also has been such a gradual process, because I knew if I just did cold turkey and completely changed my life, like, that wouldn't be realistic for my long-term goals. So it's been gradual little changes here and there that have led me to, and I'm still not there obviously, but it's led me from being where I was to where I am today. So I had to look at it in terms of the big picture instead of just, you know, losing 20 pounds and that's it.
Yeah. So what did you like the best about training? What were some of I know you like the real...
I'm all about cardio. I love cardio. Yeah. But you've also taught me a lot about strength and resistance training, which before that was never in my head at all, because I was always in such a weight loss mentality that I would only ever do cardio and I would never actually sculpt and completely tone my body in different ways. So as much as I don't really enjoy the weights and the strength training, I think I really appreciate that now, because as I'm losing the weight, it's not just like I'm losing weight. I can feel different muscles in my body, and I'm sculpting my body in different ways. So I actually, as much as I don't like doing it in the moment, I like doing that really fast cardio. I have learned to appreciate the weight training and the strength training. But my favorite is still, I love cardio. I love sweating, and I love knowing that I feel like I really accomplished something, and I completely just maxed out.
But you know, building the muscle, you know, that carries longer because your metabolism goes up and stays up, as opposed to the cardio goes up and then comes back down again. So, what was your motivation from the beginning? I mean, was it you know, I want to look in the mirror and see something different, or?
Yeah, it was that. I think I've always been a pretty confident person, but in terms of when I would look in the mirror, sometimes I would see myself and I just wouldn't be happy with how something fit on me, or I would go into a dressing room and try something on, and I didn't like how it looked, and I just didn't feel as confident as I could have. So that was a big motivator for me, and the fact that I was 22 or 23 when I started working out with you, like, I really felt like there was no excuse as someone in their early 20s to not be in shape and not be healthy and not be the best that I could be.
So do you feel like you got that confidence through this experience?
Absolutely. So. I feel a lot more confident. Yeah. And also both of my parents, we have a history of diabetes on both sides and of heart disease. And so I was at a really high risk, especially because I was overweight, of getting diabetes especially. So that was kind of a scary thought. Like, I didn't want to live my life being dictated by something that my body was betraying me, really.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure that I could, you know, make healthy choices and also be able to live my life and not have to be constrained by any kind of disease or something that was wrong with my body that I could prevent. Potentially.
You weren't given any kind of you weren't told by a doctor you need to lose weight or do anything like that?
I was. I think I was going to say, before this past weekend, the last time I was at a doctor was probably 4 or 5 years ago. So it's been a while, but the last time I was there, I think I was in college, and they said, I went for a physical, and they said, you do need to lose weight. I think I put on a lot of weight, and it was just something that I think I felt so discouraged that I didn't really know where to start. Like, it's easy for the doctor to say, you need to lose 20 pounds or 40 pounds or whatever it is, and they say, you just diet and exercise. And for someone that doesn't do that at all, it's such a foreign concept, and it's so intimidating because, I didn't know where to start. I didn't know how to go about making that happen in a healthy way. So I didn't do anything about it, and then I eventually gained more weight, and I got to the point where I said, okay, this isn't cutting it. But yeah, the doctor said that, I had both my parents saying, you really need to lose weight. So that was kind of always in the back of my mind, but I don't think I actually acted on it or felt that kind of bump that I needed until I moved out on my own and kind of figured out who I was and what I wanted out of life and who I was kind of becoming as, my own person. So.